Welcome back, fishing friends, to another adventure up here on one of the big lakes today. Hopefully we're gonna catch some fish. I'm glad you're hanging out with me today. Hey, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. My name's Alan, and I'm usually making some kind of fishing video. Well, let's get to it and see what we can catch. All right, guys, I've got the St. Croix Avid with the Luz. No, this one's the Miravel. Shimano Miravel 2500. And then I've got my little Mepps rigged up with one of these Berkley jerk shads. It's that scented jerk shad. And 12-pound braid to a 12-pound fluoro leader. And I've got this on a Mepps number 3 Aglia. So it's just a little modified setup. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. It's a cold morning, but we'll see if we can get some chasers, some fish. Hopefully we will. Man, that looks good in the water with that red flashing out front. Oops. So with this, I'll crank, kill it. Crank, kill it. It comes through really nice. The other thing that I will do is just burn the heck out of it. But the great thing about these Mepps is if you burn it, it's going to be near the surface. Slow to medium crank, you can get in the middle of the water column. And really slow, just the blade barely engaged. You can get that thing down along the bottom and just creep it. I like to creep it because it looks like it's like a wounded minnow. So I may start off crank to get their attention, and then I'll just kill it, and then just sometimes I'll even drag it on the bottom. Yep, that looks good. So these rocks go out here pretty far, and I'm trying to bring it through above, excuse me, above and right along the rocks. Always have success doing that. Plus, I'm always looking in here for fishing lures. But if you kill this thing and give it a couple of twitches, man, it looks just like a little fish going bananas down there. Yeah, give it a try. You can rig this weedless or open hook. This one's weedless. I kind of prefer to do it with open hook. Oh man, I thought we had one right there. We had a hit, guys. I know that was a hit. It was just a whack. And the line jumped, but he didn't take it. Dang it. We'll go a little further out and see if he'll go for it. So the cool thing with the Max Send is this one's actually power bait, not the Max Scent, but with a power bait. They'll come over and take a sniff of it. It still stinks. It may not be Max Scent, but man, it does have an odor. looks good. Just a little fluke style bait. I really like this setup with a spark shad. But you could do it with a fluke. I've done it with a Flux Gil from Berkley. And I've even fished it with like a creature on the back, and believe it or not, a Kalen's lunker grub, which is phenomenal on this thing. Man, it's such a gorgeous morning. Man, I'm just happy I'm out here. A lot of times, even if I don't catch anything, guys, I just enjoy it. That's how you know you got the bug. If you come out and you don't even catch anything, or maybe one or two, but you still have a good time. Then you know you got the fishing bug for sure. Alright guys, we're hooked up on this modified Mepps Flux Gil setup. Ooh, check it out. Man, that is a good fish right there. With a perfect hook set with that trocar. Man, check that guy out. There he is, right there. He was just lurking in there. There he goes. On the Flux Gil setup. Ooh. You know, it's either a trocar on here or I got a Gamakatsu. One of the two. Man, I've been fishing all through this stretch through here on all kinds of stuff. Nothing doing, but man, this max scent. The proof is in the pudding. Or in this case, the bait. The other day when I was out here, man, the wind was just whipping through here. Now it's calmed down quite a bit. Thought I had a bite there, but didn't. There we go, guys. On this Maxent Flux Gil with a modified rigging with the Mepps number 3 Aglia. There we go. There we go. Ooh, these rocks. Look at that right there. Perfect hook set. Check that out. There he is. Check that out, guys. Just a nice fish there. There you go. Back right in. Good stuff right there. On the Flux Gil. Okay, guys, take a look. It is a little chewed up, but this thing's caught 8 fish now on this setup. You just need to trim it a little bit and just make a couple of mods and you're good to go. That was a beaver cruising through there. He's just under the surface. Look at his little bubble trail. That's pretty cool. He's going somewhere. All right, guys, we got another one on this Flux Gil. Let's go. Get out of the rocks there. Come on. I don't want to lose the bait. Ooh. There we go. Check that out. There he is, right there. Man, that's a nice fish. He got popped in there, looks like by like a heron or something. Let's check this side. Yeah. All right, you ready? There you go. Still usable. Still usable. Oops. So you've got that little core down there that which will hold it. That was good stuff. I keep trying to work the end of these rocks here because I know there's some big ones that hang out here. I know that's a shot in the dark to say that, but I've caught some big fish right there, right where I'm at. All right, guys, I'm going to call this video Flux Gil Madness. And the beaver was a witness to it. So this is the deal. I fished for quite a while with power bait. I did a drop shot. I mean, I had all kinds of stuff going. I even fished with a little Charlie Brewer 3-inch grub on a slider setup. Nothing. As soon as I switched to the Flux Gil, bang! I think a lot of it has to do with the visual too, that it looks just like a little bluegill. And with that blade out front, man, that's just a big attractor. What was that? Guys, that was weird. So I know exactly what happened. So right out there at the end of the rocks, I cast this, right? Well, as I'm talking, my line just goes choom, choom. But it wasn't a fish on it. What it was is a carp. The carp went right over him. I mean, the line went right over him. And so he freaked out. Could have been a garb, but I'm pretty sure it was a carp. They've been working right there. I've seen them twitching around over there. But something about that spot right in there, I've caught some massive fish. Gotta get my footing set here. Man, these rocks are tricky. Oh yeah, guys, an update. I don't know what video it was. I was talking about how my boot had like a leak in it and it started filling up with water. I found it and I plugged it with some clear, what is it, that depths caulking stuff, sealer. So, anyway, I got the boots on today, but they're kind of muddy because I had to hike. Believe it or not, I had to hike to this spot, even though I'm right here in close next to where, because there's no way you can get right where I'm at unless you go back through the woods and come around. So I got a bunch of mud on the bottom of my boots, and standing on these rocks, that's not a very good recipe. You know what, guys? This bait reminds me of Jabba the Hutt. Look at it. What do you think? And it stinks like him too, probably. Anyway, still working my little stretch here. On this crazy footing. Yeah, I like running it this way, but also open hook. I always do that modified Mepps with, works really well with a spark shad, little Kitex, just about anything. FF sonar minnow from Yum. This little jerk shad, any kind of a fluke. You can even put a worm on this, guys. You put a worm on this, it would still, it'd still work. I've caught them on a giant. Oh, what are those things called? Oh, caught them on, it's those big 6 cents ones. I can't think of it. I've caught them on robo worms on there. What is that 6 cents worm called? Anyway, so you can try different things on there and it'll work out pretty good. I put the little, ooh, was that a hit? No. I put the Maxent flatworm on there, the hit worm. The robo worms look really good on the end of this thing. All right, couple more casts and then we'll wrap it up here. Alright guys, it's gonna wrap it up for me for today. Man, I had a lot of fun fishing this. Okay, a couple things to keep in mind. I'm not a professional angler. I'm old, chubby, and just love fishing. But can you look how well I did. Can you imagine if this was in the hands of like a pro that knows what they're doing? I mean, this thing works great. and especially rigged up like this, modified. And this thing has had multiple fish, so don't worry about the durability. Yeah, it gets a little chewed up, but all you got to do is just trim it and just modify it to where you can get it where it'll be running again. Man, I want to say I said 9 fish earlier, and I've caught some since, so it's got to be at least 11 fish on just this one. I like this one. This is the watermelon green flake. And then there's the June bug. I also really like that one. But one thing to keep in mind is I got some other videos out on how to do these and how I did it on a drop shot. I got one on a free rig. A lot of that stuff, a lot of people already been catching them on that. But just in case you need a one-stop shop for some Flux Gil stuff, there you go. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me, and until next time, I will see you then. Bye-bye. Now get out there and get your lures wet.